What is up, everyone? Circon here. Day 24. And it's the spicy meatball. It's the ELC, even 90. So, this is a funny tank. When this came out, everybody was like, what was this? What is this? What are you giving to us right now? And then later on, people were like, you know what? Kind of a troll tank, kind of funny. So, anyway, let's get into it. Oh, I got some credits. While we... Gonna be, roughly 5,200. Oh, no, what, 6,100, sorry. It's, I just woke up, okay? Listen. And if you're gonna buy it from the store, it's gonna be, let's see here. It's gonna be 19 euros and 24 cents, or the bigger package is basically 44 euros. This might be a little bit different depending on where you live in Europe. Yeah, there you go. So the ELC Even 90 is a French light premium tank at tier 8 that has no DPM, no armor, no health, and a base free range of 380. Not great. Weird crew layout. And yeah, it's not looking great, is it? And then 3D model. It's, as you can see, over the visual. This is a tiny, tiny tank. This might be the smallest higher tier tank in the game right now, currently. I'm trying to think of something that's smaller than this. Maybe the British tanks, actually. The British Tech 3 tanks are also really small, but this thing is also crazy small. So, what do people do with this thing? Well, you spot, and that's it. And you try to outspot other people. So, with Equipment 2.0, I think this tank is a lot more fun now than how it used to be. Okay? We got things like, what's it called again? Commander Vision System, which is reduces the concealment of enemy vehicles behind foliage, so behind bushes, and minus 12.5% to concealment of moving enemy vehicles. Okay, and there is no bounty version of this, but scouts get the first slot to be like scouting item, and that counts as a scouting item, so you get it upgraded to the 20%. Okay. Now, here's the thing with this tank. I would never recommend this to new players. I wouldn't recommend this to people that don't have access to bounty equipment, because this thing becomes really is like you know, obviously tanks get better if you put better equipment on it. It's a given. But this tank takes it to a whole nother level. Okay? Because it only has 380 view range. Okay? If you have you need a really good crew, right? You need bros and arms, recon, situational awareness, bare minimum. Okay? Then you're gonna definitely run the commander system. That's the way I run it, because we're gonna use this thing only for spotting. Okay? We don't have any DPM, so we're not gonna pretend to have a gun. Okay? We're going full on the beams. Okay? Coded optics and vents will bring you up to 460, and that is without food. Okay, adding food, 481. Okay, now this is the real meme. Now we have a tank that goes 70 kilometers an hour, powered weight of 23. Okay, it's a tiny, tiny, tiny tank. It has only stationary camo of 22, which is not actually that high, which is really weird here. I don't know what's wrong. I feel like it's almost wrong. Let me actually check real quick. Here. The ELC. There's no way that's that low. I'm forgetting something. I think I'm forgetting the camo skill. Yeah, as you can see here, I have 54 almost. Oh yeah, that's what I did. It's good that I look here. Okay, so again, I would never recommend this tank if you don't have a good crew and everything. But if you do, this thing can be so memes. Okay, so this is still not using bounty equipment. Okay. But you're gonna want concealment, obviously. You're gonna want the paint, that's 46. And I even went so far as to use another new equipment, which is plus 6% to concealment. You don't put it in the scout slot, okay? This brings you up to almost 52 camo. Now, the bizarre thing here is that wheeled vehicles can get up to these levels as well. But they don't have the view range, okay? They don't have the view range. So you will still outspot them quite heavily. You still have to be careful, because they can like run around like idiots, and if they come too close, they're used, if they're using it, which a lot of them are, if they're using the commander fishing system, they can still like screw you over. But, and I've had this. This is basically my setup for British light tanks, which suffer from the same issue of having no weaponry, basically. Okay. Notice how we're not even talking about the AP shells and stuff. It's like 175 pen, 215 APCR pen, whoop-de-doo. You're never gonna use the HE. The free shot autoloader, which is actually kind of big, because it allows you to more easily dispatch of like an artillery piece or something. Because you can just two-shot them, three-shot them, and make sure they're dead before they can react. Some of the time. Most of the time. Yeah. Because you have 668 flip. Anyway, so we're using this fully set up for scouting, and in this situation, if you get the correct maps, obviously if you're gonna get Ensk or like Himmelsdorf, stuff like this, yes, obviously you're not gonna do much, okay? But this thing on actual open scout maps is crazy. Okay, I've used the same setup in the G-Sora tier 9, which is really hard framework, funnily enough. I've used the same setup on the tier 8 British Light, I think, as well. And yeah, it's a really meme setup. It's a really meme setup like this. Now, if you use bounty equipment, it gets even crazier because, you know, you get 2.5%. I think it was 2.5% more. And then ventilation obviously becomes better as well. So now you're at 476 view range. Then we're going to add the food here. So 498, almost 500 view range. Now, vents, that's kind of the thing. You can also go, you know, with the concealment, because then you have more camo. I'm not sure what is better, getting 10 meters more view range or getting an X percentage more view range, right? But I'm gonna lean towards actually the concealment beam here. But this is what it would look like in the end. But yeah, as you can see with with my silly review here, is that like you don't get this for making money or anything. This is just such a meme tank. Like if you're in the mood for some meme tanks, this is one of them, right? And yeah, it is still almost $20, and yeah, it will probably not make you that much money because you're not doing any damage. But this thing can be incredibly troll, and you can do some amazing camouflage memes with this. Where I remember on steps, I was spotting people like super close to me. They still couldn't spot me as I was raking in the view range. But on things like, you know, Proporovka, Melanovka, these things are damn near broken in the right situations. They're actually just almost broken. And it's funny to say because it's even with the British lights, you know. But it is also really frustrating because if you don't get the good maps, really frustrating because what are you going to do on mines with a setup like this? Absolutely nothing, right? What are you going to do in Himmelsdorf? Absolutely nothing. But yeah, on the scout map, and even on the scout maps, you have to be careful, right? You have the wheelies running around. At tier 8, there's the EBR premium. That's going to likely ruin your day. And just any other lighting. Tier 9 lightings, right? Stuff like that. Yeah, so it needs like multiple stars to align, planets to align, you name it. But yeah, it's the definite. Don't ever recommend this to anybody, but for the right people, this is like the most. This could be such a funny tank. Also, don't platoon up in these. If you're gonna platoon up, don't use the same tank as what I'm trying to say. So platoon up all you want, but don't do several ELC even 90s because you're gonna cancel each other out so hard it's gonna be unusable. Okay, it is really funny when you know your friends play like a big TD and you know you spot for them. That's a good time. Yeah, but like rocking 3 of these, that's ultra troll and it's not gonna do much at the end of the day. And yeah, it's kind of fun to be that guy that can just outspot everything. And the new equipment, this is one of those things with new equipment that I found a lot more fun now with the new equipment than previously. But yeah, there you go. The CLZ even 90. It's a weird choice for a day like today to release a tank like this. I'm really curious if they're going to see a new tank tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for watching. Peace out.